Hi Ronak, sorry I'm back again, but I just want to do a quick preview for Rajasthan Royals. Otherwise, that video would have become much bigger to upload. So Rajasthan has been my emotional favorite all throughout. I still remember against all the odds, Shinwan marshalling his troops, Ravindra Jadeja, Yusuf Pathan, Mohammad Kaif, Graham Smith, Surya Tanvir swinging the ball, lifting the first inaugural trophy in 2008. That was some flight of fantasy. Then Rahul Dravid came to the franchise. Rahul, being a superstar of Indian cricket, has added a lot of fan base to the Royals camp. They always used to be like a money ball team with horses for the courses, not spending much, getting utility players, trying to get the best out of them. But from the last couple of seasons, I would say 2-3 seasons, Manoj Badale came into the picture and they've started looking more extravagant. Spend a lot of money on Ben Stokes, gotten Stephen Smith, gotten Josh Butler, spend money on Jofra Archer. They have a pretty good side. If you see in IPL 20, they have got 4 best international recruits. So let's talk about the strength and weakness. So the strength lies in the international recruits. They have some superstars of the game. When you think about a captain, they have a clear-minded, extremely sharp-brained of cricket. The guy who captained Australia for quite a long time before the unfortunate incident what happened in Cape Town. Stephen Smith is back again as a captain of Rajasthan Royals. A genius of a batsman. Somebody who's going to come at number 3, can anchor the innings, can play his unconventional shots, and can keep batting. He's top class. When you think about destructive opener, somebody who can keep the wickets and who can also finish the games, there is nobody better than Josh Butler in world cricket at the moment. He's the next Mr. 360, like AB de Villiers. Got all the shots, got tremendous power, and he's a wonderful finisher. But unfortunately, Royals cannot have the luxury like England where Ben Stokes and Josh Butler can finish in white ball cricket because Butler has done exceedingly well at the top of the order. So you cannot just change his position. He should open along with Sanju Samson. Then you have a superstar all-rounder. Ben Stokes, everybody is a knob. Everybody can give their left hand just to get Ben Stokes in the team. He's just such a top-class operator. He gives his 100%. I know last couple of seasons hasn't been that great for him, but if you see last year's World Cup, you see the Ashes. Now you see that Ben Stokes is coming back to his groove. And remember that he was man of the series when Rising Pune Super Giants qualified for the finals, and they lost narrowly by Mumbai Indians. Ben Stokes was man of the series, so he has the capability to single-handedly win games for Rajasthan Royals, and hopefully he'll come good this time. Then you see Jofra Archer. What a craftsman he is. He's an absolutely super skillful bowler. Got all the tricks in his sleeves. He's got a wonderful yorker, wonderful bumper, got some serious pace, very deceptive. He is absolute magic, when it comes to white ball cricket. So you've got Jofra Archer, you've got Ben Stokes, you've got Josh Butler, you've got Stephen Smith as a captain. 4 guys any team should envy of. What is the problem then? The problem is the lack of domestic experience and a bit of firepower at the back end of the innings. I was expecting them to pick either Yusuf Pathan or Deepak Hooda, or trade somebody like Vijay Shankar or someone who can come and hit lusty blows at the back end of the innings. Even if they would have taken Yusuf Pathan, let him just play like 8-10 balls. Give him those 10-12 balls, but he has the capability to hit sixes. But they have one good addition in Robin Uthappa. I hope, Robbie said that he has one more World Cup left in him. So I hope that Robbie should play at number 4 and 5, and his experience can come very handy as a finisher, because there is no point making a clutter on top. Josh Butler should open with Sanju Samson, 1 down Stephen Smith, 2 down Ben Stokes or Robin Uthappa, seeing the conditions. So 4 and 5, they can swap their positions. And then number 6, Ryan Parag is there. Then you have Ryan Parag. Then you have Yashasvi Jaiswal. Also, Manan Vora has been highly underutilized. I don't see him getting a chance in this playing 11 as well, and they are not releasing him, which is not a good thing. He's a young cricketer. He's a good cricketer. So he should get chance at the top of the order sometime. I don't know when. But I was thinking it's just a wild thought that they have covered most of the bases. They have got wonderful replacements for Jofra Archer. They've got Andrew Thai, Shane Thomas, Tom Curran. Wonderful replacement for Jofra Archer, and Jofra is injured at the moment, so I'm not sure whether he's going to be participating in IPL 2020 or not. But I think now the IPL will be postponed, so there's a massive chance that he'll come back to the team. He'll slot straight back in, you know. And they have David Miller as an option. So I was thinking, if in Jofra's absence, either you give a chance to Tom Curran or play Andrew Tye. But there's also a wild thought that what Rajasthan lacks is the firepower at the lower back end. Why not David Miller at 6 and play him as a finisher? And then you get three fast bowlers in Unadkat, Ankit Rajput and Varun Aaron. And then you have Shreyas Gopal. You've got Ben Stokes and you've got Rayan Parag to finish the rest of the overs. Or you get Yashasvi Jaiswal. I saw him bat in the under-19. This guy is gifted. He's got a tremendous future with the Indian cricket team. He's gifted because his ability of hitting sixes is absolutely mind-boggling. He is just too good. So I was thinking, why not? He can give you a couple of overs also of leg spin. So if you play Parag at 6, Jaiswal at 7, then you play Tom Curran if Archer is not available. Then you play Tom Curran, you play Shreyas Gopal, you play Unadkat, and then you play either Varun Aaron or Ankit Rajput. So that will be my 11. You know, Jos Buttler, Sanju, Steven Smith, Robin Uthappa, Ben Stokes, Rayan Parag, Yashasvi Jaiswal. Just give him a full freedom to go and launch from the word go. Even if he's playing 4-6 balls and he's giving you 10-12 odd runs, I think that can come handy. And he will learn a lot being in that camp alongside Steven Smith, Ben Stokes and Jos Buttler. Sanju, he has a point to prove. He's got 3 chances this year. He couldn't capitalize. I would say he was touch unlucky, bit over ambitious, but he needs to keep his head on his shoulders because it's a massive opportunity for him to sort of announce himself on the international stage. He should not let this opportunity go. One of the biggest reasons I need to point out that Ajinkya Rahane has been traded to Delhi Capitals. I think he'll be better off in Delhi Capitals because he was scrutinized by everyone in Rajasthan Royals because of his strike rate, his ability to rotate the strike, and with Ajinkya Rahane being on top, it just sort of disrupts the balance because it looks too top heavy. Because you've got Sanju also, you have got Steven Smith also, you've got Rahane also. So that 2-3-4, it becomes a problem. So now Steven Smith is going to come at 3. He's going to anchor the innings. He's going to play his shots at the later end. I think that is a much more sensible move. It was a brave move. It was, you know, it was a slightly heavy move in terms of emotion because Ajinkya has been a part of the franchise since the starting. But I think it is a good move, something which is going to benefit. So my wordings are Royals Kings 11 will be in the top 4 in this year IPL T20. Seeing the form of Ben Stokes and Steven Smith, and definitely Sanju Samson, he will be the star. He won't let this opportunity go waste. So, Ronak, let me know your thoughts. I'm sending you this right away, and thank you again for making me do something constructive in this lockdown. Hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Cheers. I will speak to you soon. Let me know what you think. Bye.